And the secret is that beginners compare their vocals the wrong way against professional mixes. You will listen for it and think, oh, it's very bassy and warm, so I will just bump up the low end. And that, my friends, is wrong, because you always have to listen to something in context of a mix. Doesn't matter if it's a vocal or a guitar, it's always the same. You have to make space for your vocal, in that case, in the mix. And the vocals are living most of the time in the higher mids or in the high frequencies. If you have drums, bass, chuggy guitars, for example, there's no room in the low end to have a vocal there. If you just bump up the low end now, everything just gets muddy. If you cut out the lows and you give it some mids and highs so it cuts through the mix, the assumption is, because you hear all that low end from the other instruments, that also the vocal has a lot of bass and is big and deep. But that's wrong. So let's listen to it in context.
I see other kids have grown up. The problems
Okay, sounds fine.
parents are hurt. Cold as ice, but I feel better when it's warm. I see other kids have grown up. The problems to give
You hear it when you enable it, it pokes out, it comes out of the mix. You hear it a lot better now.
I know that one day you will be gone, and within seconds this iceberg will melt down. But I can't change it, and I know it's wrong.
So some people's hearing is not that good in higher frequencies, so they will turn up the high frequencies. And for other people, that's too harsh. Others use an analyzer to see where the high end is and do it like that. I also reference it against other tracks, but it's important that the vocal is hearable, okay? Now we do the same thing, but we isolate the vocal. And here it gets a lot more obvious, because first you listen to the vocal and it sounds really nice, full, warm and all that stuff.
I see other kids have grown up. The problems to give their parents a hug. Cold as ice, but I feel better
And then when I push in,
when it's warm. I know that one day you will be gone, and within seconds this iceberg will melt down. But I can't change it, and I know it's wrong.
it's suddenly harsh and way too much high end. But in context of the mix, it was sounding
Their
fine.
parents a hug, cold as ice, but I feel better when it's warm. I know that one day you will be gone, and within seconds this iceberg will melt down. But I can't change it, and I know it's wrong.